Hey guys, what's going on? It's Codiak here, back for another video, and you know what? I've got to rant a little bit. We are about to hit the Emerald Nightmare. The raid is coming out this week, and shocking, we don't have any legendaries. Well, we have a couple. We've got 3 legendaries in Exiled Power, but the drop rate is significantly lower than Blizzard promised. Now, if you guys remember, Blizzard said that we could get legendaries by playing the game a normal amount of time. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Exiled Power has been doing so much work. We've run all of our Mythic dungeons every week for the past 2 weeks. We've been gearing up, we've been doing heroics, we've been doing mythics, we've been doing BGs, we've been doing everything. Now let me remind you guys, the confirmed sources for getting legendaries are dungeon bosses, raid bosses, world quest caches, PvP strongboxes, and Mythic Plus weekly caches. Caches, doesn't matter. Anyways, we've been doing a lot of that stuff. Obviously, there's no raid bosses out, there's no world bosses out. We have been doing our emissary quest, which is, so they say, the highest percentage of chance to get a legendary, and we've been doing a lot of dungeons. Guys, I am just so floored that Blizzard would come out with a statement saying, oh, you can play the game a normal amount of time and you'll get legendaries. Well, 3 members of our team have a legendary. Now, 2 of them are pretty much garbage. We've got a defensive legendary and an off-spec legendary, and then we've got a pretty good one for one of our demon hunters. But that is a significant number when you look at the full size of the team. Now, Exile Power is going into Emerald Nightmare on Tuesday with a 25-man roster. 3 out of 25 is not very good, and especially when only 1 of them is really going to be using their legendary. So this is a huge problem, and this really sums up my problem with the legendary system. It's a great system. Legendaries should be in the game. They should be rare, whatever. But if you're going to say something like everybody should have one going into Emerald Nightmare, well, then you should make sure that everybody has one. Now, they've claimed that they've implemented a system of catch-up nature, if you will, where the longer you play without a legendary, the higher your percentage chance of getting one is. Well, that was great in theory until they kind of messed it up, right? So there was a bug until about a week ago where if you already had a legendary, your percentage of getting another legendary skyrocketed. So you were seeing people with legendaries get their second legendary before most people even got their first one. That's a huge oversight. I mean, what are they going to do? Take away that legendary from somebody? No, they're not. But now you have people with 2 legendaries as opposed to people with 0 legendaries. And look, I don't think legendaries break the game. There are definitely some that are really good. The double lust one comes to the front of my mind. The hunter one that brings down your true shot aura and marksmanship is pretty good. There's good legendaries out there. Do not get me wrong. But if you're going to say that everybody should have one by the start of the raid cycle, then you should make sure that everybody has one, especially when there's a lot of legendaries out there. You know, 10, 11 for each class seems a little ridiculous when 3 people out of our 25-man roster are the only ones that have them. Now, I don't know how they're going to fix this, but I feel like this issue has bubbled up to the point of which I am so frustrated. Is that legendary going to give our team the edge in Emerald Nightmare? Of course it is. And if your guild is one of the guilds that got really lucky and has, 10 legendaries, I don't know any of them that do, but if you are one of the guilds that has 10 legendaries, 11 legendaries, then you're in a great place, right? You probably obviously got really lucky. Hopefully you've been doing your mythic dungeons, things like that, and your team is ready to go. Well, our team did the best we could. There are definitely still holes in the RNG system. We went personal loot, obviously, through all of the mythic dungeons so that we could share loot down based on our groups. We tried to balance each of our 5-man groups to have 3 of one armor class and 2 of another armor class. That way we could share loot based on if people needed upgrades, things like that. But there are still holes in the team. That forces us to make the decision to go into normal on Tuesday, try and steamroll the place, and get people those upgrades to get up to 850 so that we can go into heroic on Thursday. There is an inherent issue with the legendary system. It needs to be addressed. Blizzard needs to get their head out of the sand and figure out what is going on with it. It was such a touted system before the game even came out that if they don't fix it, other than the silly little hotfix that makes people not get their second one, that's an issue, especially when they say things like we're supposed to have them before raiding. It rubs me the wrong way. I know it has rubbed a lot of the Raiders and Exiled Power the wrong way. Guys, these are 895 pieces, and they've already been previewed to upgrade even higher in patch 7.1, up to 9 something, 910, 915, I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's a huge issue. We're going to get an Emerald Nightmare. Hopefully we see a couple off the bosses. Maybe we'll see a couple off the world bosses if they get released this week. A big issue. But that's my rant for the day. Let me know if you guys have gotten legendaries. How has your experience been with the legendary system? I hope it's better than Exiled Powers, because right now we are not sitting pretty with a lot of legendaries. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you guys think, what you think of the legendary system, if you've gotten a legendary. And yeah, that's my rant. We'll see you guys next time.